Maya told me her husband had become a monster. She cried on my shoulder for a week, claiming that a medical procedure had changed Elias into something frightening. She said his energy was too dark, his presence too heavy, and that no woman could handle the physical reality of him anymore. I believed her. I took her in. I promised to protect her. But the more she described him, the more a forbidden curiosity began to burn in my chest. I didn't go to his house that night to demand a divorce. I went to see if a man like that actually existed. And the moment he opened the door, I realized Maya wasn't suffering. She was just wasting a miracle. It was nearly midnight when I pulled into their driveway. The rain was heavy, soaking through my silk dress as I walked to the porch. I told myself I was there for Maya. I told myself I was going to give him a piece of my mind. I rang the bell, my heart hammering against my ribs. When the door swung open, the words died in my throat. Elias stood there, framed by the hallway light. He wasn't wearing a suit or a robe. He was in a thin pair of gray gym shorts, and that was it. I had spent years looking at him as just Maya's husband, but this wasn't the man I remembered. He looked powerful, dangerous, and because he had clearly been thinking about his wife, he was far from relaxed. The thin fabric of his shorts left absolutely nothing to the imagination. I tried to look at his face, but my eyes were like magnets, pulling downward to the undeniable pulsing weight of him. I felt a heat bloom in my stomach that I hadn't felt in years. Maya hasn't slept in 3 days, Elias, I whispered, my voice shaking so hard I barely recognized it. She's terrified of you. She says you've become unnatural. He didn't move. He didn't try to cover himself. He just leaned against the doorframe with a dark, knowing smirk, watching me struggle to breathe. And is that why you're here at midnight, Sarah? To tell me how scared she is, or to see the monster for yourself? I stepped inside, my heels clicking on the hardwood as the door shut behind me. The house was quiet, but the air between us felt electric. I walked closer until I could feel the literal heat radiating off his skin. Up close, it was even more intense. Maya had called him a monster, but standing there, looking at the sheer scale of him, I realized she was just a coward. She said it was impossible. I breathed, my gaze locked on the center of his shorts. She said no woman could handle you. Elias stepped into my space, his shadow towering over me. Are you a coward too, Sarah? I should have walked out. I should have gone back to Maya and told her to run. But my legs had a mind of their own. They widened instinctively, my body softening as the scent of him hit me. I reached out, my hand trembling as if I were reaching into a fire. I pressed my fingers against the soft cotton of his shorts. I let out a jagged, broken gasp the moment I felt him. He was solid, pulsing, life-sized. My fingers didn't pull back, they curved around him, my knuckles turning white. Everything Maya had whispered in fear was true, but for me, it wasn't a nightmare. It was exactly what I had been starving for. Elias placed his hand on my thigh, bunching the wet silk of my dress. You're shaking, Sarah, he whispered against my ear. I can't help it, I whimpered. I felt a sudden, heavy dampness between my legs. I was completely undone. The heat was so intense I thought I might faint, a visible stain spreading across my dress as my body betrayed my best friend in the most ultimate way possible. I wasn't just Sarah anymore. I was a woman who had found exactly what she needed. Maya was wrong about you, I breathed, my head falling back as his hand moved higher. She didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve you. I didn't go home that night. I didn't care about Maya's feelings or her trauma. I stayed in that house, in that bed, discovering that the monster Maya feared was the only man who could ever make me feel alive. The next morning, the doorbell rang again. It was Maya. She had come to apologize, to try and reclaim the man she had thrown away. But when she saw me standing in her kitchen, wearing Elias's shirt and looking more satisfied than she had in 10 years, her face shattered. I didn't offer her an apology. I just looked at her, held my coffee, and smiled. You were right, Maya. He is too much for you. So I've decided to take the burden off your hands.